Thanks for joining us for This Week in Agribusiness. Ladies and gentlemen, this weekend, Max, marks the 21st anniversary since September 11th, 2001. It's hard to believe it's been that long.
The weekend of September 11th each year, we remember and honor those we lost in the terrorism tragedies, September 11th, 2001, including the farmer pilot who was at the controls of American Airlines 11, John Oganowski, who farmed in Massachusetts, whose brother Jim joins us again this weekend on the broadcast. Jim, it's great to see you once more.
Thanks again for having me.
How's your summer been on the farm in Massachusetts? It's been pretty doggone dry, hasn't it?
We've been in severe drought. We had our first significant rain over the weekend where we finally got 2 inches of rain, but a little bit too late, too little too late.
That field that is behind you, is that
normal?
That field that is behind you, is that a part of the Oganowski farm?
It is. It's where John and I grew up. My dad purchased this farm in 1948. It's been in the family ever since, and it's going to stay in the family for a lot longer.
What crops do you grow there?
Mostly hay. I grow about 10 acres of pumpkins in addition to a couple hundred acres of hay. I have an acre of peaches, half an acre of blueberries. Fall crops, we grow a lot of fall chrysanthemums, and our sales are just starting this week with chrysanthemums, the pumpkins, and all the mums.
You'll be busy in the weeks ahead, won't you?
It's going to be real busy for the next 6 weeks.
John took a very active interest in immigrants coming in to farm in the United States, did he not? Wasn't he driven to help some of those folks from other countries, especially Cambodia?
He did. He started a program with the former Commissioner of Agriculture, Gus Schumacher, and some of those Cambodians are still farming on our farm today. They've been with us for almost 25 years now. Some of them are doing exceptionally well. You know, the agricultural climate in New England is significantly different than what they grew up with in Cambodia. One of them never used a tractor before. He used to use water buffalo to plow his fields.
John was also involved in Farm Bureau, wasn't he? I mean, he really took to heart some of the issues that mattered to farmers in Massachusetts.
He was very active in Farm Bureau, always getting involved with the local issues, very big into the land preservation, too.
That land has been set aside, has it not? A portion of it has been set aside so that it would never have any other use?
130 acres, it's all preserved. It will be open space, agricultural land for eternity, and we're pretty proud of that.
We want to get out there and see it sometime.
Oh, you're always welcome.
How's John's family been able to get along over all of these years? Certainly with a burden that just never, ever goes away. We think of them often.
Of course, with 9/11, just like the folks that lived through Pearl Harbor, there are daily reminders. So even though it's been 21 years, no matter where we go or what we're doing, there is a reminder of what happened on that day. So it's tough to finalize our grief.
Yeah, there really isn't any closure, I guess, is there, when you think about it?
That's correct.
What would you suggest to the rest of us, Jim? I mean, those of us who lived through it, or maybe those of us who've only read in the history books about it, but to make sure that we never lose sight of what happened and those who gave the sacrifice.
Well, if you look at the immediate aftermath of 9/11, our country was incredibly united. Here we are 21 years later, and it seems like we are divided on every issue, and our elected officials can't find any common ground. So in hindsight, the fact that we were so united was something that I would like to see come back into the United States.
I think many of us would as well. Jim, we sure appreciate your time this weekend. So nice to see you again, and thank you for helping us remember John and what he has done for our country.
And you folks are always welcome to come out to Drake it.
We'll look forward to seeing you sometime in the future, sir.
Thank you.
Jim Oganowski on the farm at Drake, Massachusetts, brother of John Oganowski, who was the American Airlines pilot of the first plane commandeered into the World Trade Center. It was a bright sunny day across much of America that day, and we were all very tense as we think back to what happened on that morning all of those years ago.
Indeed we were, Max. I remember it vividly, where I was in a history classroom at Winterset High School.